I was in prison. And that wasn't my first time down either. That was my second trip there. And I can't tell you how many times I went to jail between 1997 and 2007. Bet you my grandma could tell you. But simply put, I sold drugs. I met my husband while making a drug deal. And together we thought we were unstoppable. And then he was sentenced to 42 years in prison, 1 month before our son was born. Did that stop me? No, sure did, and y'all know nothing stops me, right? It only pushed me harder to provide for my son, to be able to provide for my son what I thought he needed. But in the end, it ended up taking away what he needed most, his mom. And when I went to prison that first time, I did what most prisoners do. I turned to God. It's easy to serve God in prison. The real test comes when you get out. Just like it's easy to serve Him when you're helpless, but what happens when you get back on your feet? A lot of people labeled the game I played with God jailhouse religion. It's exactly what it was. I needed God while I was there to keep me safe. But once I got out, I was like, I got it, God. I can take this. I can do this. And then by this time, my son was a little bit older, and he wanted more things. So now I only got in the game a little deeper. But that just led me back to prison. And this time, my parents fought me for custody of my son. So in my despair again, I turned to God. But this time there was sincerity in my heart. And my prayer became, Lord, do not let me out of this prison until I'm going to serve you every day of my life. That's a terrible prayer to pray. I waited and waited. It seemed like forever. But when I got out, I determined to serve God through good or bad. There's this song by Britt Nicole. I don't know if you've heard it, but it's called All This Time. And the chorus goes like this. All this time, from the first tear cry to today's sunrise, and every single moment between, you were there. You were always there. He was there. God was there through all my mess. He was there when I got kidnapped doing a drug deal in Memphis when I was 9 months pregnant. He was there through 2 miscarriages, probably from heavy, heavy drug use. He was there through many failed attempts at trying to get my son back. He was there waiting for me. Since then, God has definitely ordered my steps, because I can tell you, there's no way I could have been here from where I was without him. And as Sandy said, I have a degree in religion, but I got my associate's degree in business. And then I just thought, I want to serve God, so I got a degree in religion, not knowing what that was for, not even knowing what you could do with that, really. But perhaps that's the combination that God used to bring me here, to CWJC, ordering my steps. Now I'm in school, and I'm getting my master's degree, which I hope I'll have in the summer. And it will have taken me 6.5 years to get that degree. Starting from scratch, 6.5 years to get my master's degree. And ladies, I've made so many mistakes along the way. So many bad choices. But God never lets me go. I can't tell you how many times I've decided I knew what I wanted to do with my life, and how much money and time I've invested to things that I found out were not God's will for me. That's okay, because God's good and He knows how to shut doors and then redirect. But I'm willing to test and see where He wants me. And I'm willing to let go of things that He doesn't think are good for me. Sometimes I throw a fit first. A lot of times I throw a fit first. But more importantly now, I've really, really learned to let go. To be still and know that He is God. And to seek His will before I act. 10 years later, but he is allowing God to use him to bring light to a dark, dark place. And he will also start college classes in the spring at Trinity Valley College. He allows God to order his steps where he's at. You see, it doesn't matter where you're at or what stage in life you're in. God knows the plans he has for you. And who better to lead you? That same song by Britt Nicole concludes by saying this. I hear these people asking me, how do I know what I believe? Well, I'm not the same. And that's all the proof I need. I couldn't have said it better myself. Now, you know, after the past 9 weeks of spending many days with me, how serious I can be and how focused I am at times and get there. So I bet you can't imagine me with a blunt in one hand and a key in the other. Well, I can't either. Praise God. That didn't happen overnight. It happened one step at a time. Letting God lead me one step at a time. And he can do the same for you. He already started. He led you here. This session has been just fantastic. You are the most joyful group of ladies I've ever had the pleasure of working with. So many ladies, all joyful in one place. That's just amazing for real. And I see amazing things already in line for you in store. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to work with you. Thank you for sticking it through. And I want to conclude by praying for you as the Apostle Paul prayed for the Colossians. I pray that God fills you with the knowledge of his will, through all spiritual wisdom and understanding. This in order that you may live a life worthy of the Lord and may please him in every way, bearing fruit in every good work, growing in the knowledge of God, being strengthened with all power according to his glorious might, so that you might have endurance and patience, and joyfully giving thanks to the Father who has qualified you to share